important one.
Sorry, I'm back. My machine shut up randomly always. Shut down
And
randomly.
I've also been attending sessions when available, and I've tried to attend on time. And I want us to move forward with the new fork since there are available people here to decide on it.
Bradley, do you want to check in?
Okay, sure.
Or
Hi,
Brian,
I'm
sorry.
Brian.
Time to pause. Please stop.
Focusing
Count 1,
on
2,
having good work.
5.
Obviously on the budget. Focus on the budget. I think it's been long overdue now, so I feel like we need to at least finish that up so that we start and begin other work. And also looking forward to working with the old group as well. Yes.
Okay. And you are, how are you feeling? Number. What's your rating?
I'm feeling 4.
4. Thank you.
So, Lucy, I think we just had you, right?
Yeah, it is my turn. Hi guys, Brian and the rest. I'm Lucy from Kenya, and I'm at 3.5. I've not been working much this week. Been doing a little bit of the job. Looking forward to have a good session tonight. Check. I'm on computer 2x.
Yeah, good. I'm on computer too. Great.
And my statement, I'm willing to work without upfront pay. Base upfront. Check.
I'm willing to work on without upfront pay as well. Check.
Yes. You can as well make it as a written statement on Discord.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think it is main session. As long as we stayed during the main session on the note, it's really not necessary to put it on this. Yeah.
Live streaming is on.
I think we need to assign roles. Who's going to facilitate? Who's going to be human timekeeper? Note taking, policy keeper. We need to assign that. So let's go to the assignment role tab page. Yes. Okay. I'm doing indexing.
Time to stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Joshua and Bradley, what role are you taking?
Brian.
Joshua and Brian, what role are you taking for this session?
What are the roles?
We have policy keepers, we have facilitators, we have note takers, we have audio and video indexers, we have word priorities masters, storyteller, value trackers, vocabulary listers. You can go to the roles tab on the notes, then fill your assignment. You can as well state it. Lucy and Moon, they are taking notes. They're going to be note taker, and as well as Nemo taking organization timekeeper, and Jay is facilitating. Yeah, let me also state facilitating too. I might be facilitating.
If anyone wants to take on a
So
role, you can also just add your name. But
what is it?
if anyone wants to take on a role, they can add their name.
Yes, so I've had their names. It's just that I have the reading going on for the session. So we have few more roles available. We have work priority masters, storytellers, value trackers, and vocabulary listers. Those are the vacant ones. So whosoever is interested to state what rules they want to pick that is remaining. So
Just
we are
repeat
waiting.
yourself, Martin.
What is it?
I didn't hear the last 3 rows
I-
are available.
You can just
The
go
last-
to the
the last
roles
4
tab
rows.
in the notes. Like if you go into the notes and you just click on roles, you can see all the roles listed there.
Okay.
For me, my main concern is that we can list all the roles that we want, but it's like we don't do the work, so it's like not particularly helpful to spend 10 minutes on this. So
Yeah, we are doing this time around. We need
well, I know, but if we really want to do the roles, we should be doing training and make sure that the roles happen and that we're following all the policies, which is not typically happening.
I think value tracker.
Okay, so I think we can go ahead to focus, desired outcome, and topics, and let's state what's to be discussed.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So I added a few topics that I know. There's the proposal to push back the budget deadline. There's the new fork decisions. There's the Atea health benefits. There's Lucy's token buyback. There's the voting for the tally on the voting form. Bonus payroll, I guess from last month, right? I think this is work though. This would be work, right? Payroll setup, also work.
Jay, it's not a last month payroll. It's for the other month. Last month it is for March. We just want to know the way forward for March payroll. And
just
for
do the work.
April payroll, it's not about the work. I have done the work. It's not about the work, please. Not about the
So
work.
it's a review?
It's not about the work. It's about when are we going to run the payroll.
So it's a review. Because it hasn't been approved yet, right?
It was approved.
It was approved.
Yes, it was approved. The payroll for April is not. We need to know the way forward for that because you don't know. It's a new. It was a payroll that has a budget. How are we going to work with that? It's a new thing with a new COP too. But for bonus payroll, is okay. It was only about the bonus. So now, what about the one it has base upfront and bonus payroll? How are we going to do about it? That's why I put the payroll. That is for April. Let me be specific then.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was not aware that there was any payroll that was approved and hadn't been run. We should have run it before the pay stop, but either way, we can either break policy or we can just vote on postponing the budget. And then we're within policy either way, so.
April payroll was which degree? Is it 13? 113 degree? I don't know, but I know it's April. I can just use a Gregorian day. It is March, April. March.
Yeah, either way, it would be good to get the actual approved proposal. The
This
decision.
one, but this one
So,
was approved. There is no
what
issue on
should we
that.
focus on?
March.
We are definitely going to consider that. Let's go through agreement. If you have agreement for topic, then we can consider them in
Time
sequential
for
order.
breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax. 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So, do we want to vote on the topics and prioritize them, or what?
Let's vote.
Okay, we can do voting. We can do practice on voting. So, is everyone gonna vote, or what?
I'm voting.
I would add another topic, which is just like the HR budget, and then we have team budgets, right?
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Right. Okay, it's voting. Lucy, you are not voting.
Lucy, are you gonna vote? Lucy?
Yes, I'm voting.
So right now it looks like the top priority is addressing the new fork.
Time to take a break.
So
Please stop. Write down whatever you are about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
So why don't we take a break, and then when we get back, maybe we get started on the new fork. It seems like
Write down whatever you are about to say
the
and take a
top,
break for
the
6
number one
minutes.
topic.
Okay.
Okay.
But we need to make sure there's no objections, and then but let's take a break first, shall we?
Sure.
Yep.
Yes.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're taking a quick 5-minute break.
Yes.
Okay, anyone ready to start? So I think everything looks pretty.
And time to start. Please get focused on the session.
Pretty clear and voted on. So the proposal is for topic 1 to be focused on the new fork.
Okay.
So are there any objections to topic 1?
No.
No objection.
All right, and just so everybody
No
knows,
objection.
whenever we have too many topics, we just vote on them, create a priority list, and then when you prioritize something, that is basically deciding what gets voted on first, and then you still have to get consensus on the actual topic itself, which is a separate decision.
Also, we forget to put one topic, open discussion.
Okay, well, we can always do open discussion if people want to do that, but I don't think we need
Yeah,
that.
it's very important.
Yeah. So if they want to do open discussion, just go ahead and vote for it, and we can consider it for another topic.
Yeah, I put open discussion.
So anyways, let's get started on topic 1. Okay. So for topic...
Kindly please vote on open discussion, please.
Yes, and if you have something to say, Lucy, you can always just say it, if you need to. Or break policy, whatever, do tangent. So sometimes it's more important to break policy than it is to not say something. All right, so for the new fork, the direction that we talked about yesterday, that was the main proposal, was basically proposing, fixed, or let's say just like equal pay, equal time. So that was like one of the options, and then you'd have different pay levels for different positions like HR board, executive, etc. So that was the proposal. If we go with that direction, the primary decision that needs to be made is how to choose the single pay rate for everyone. So there's going to be a single pay rate that everyone gets paid the same. So the question is, how do you choose that? And so there's a couple different options for how that could be done. But once that's done and we know the pay rate, then we can do the budget. And I think the other thing about choosing the pay rate is, it's the same question as asking like how to change the pay rate and how to address budget cuts, right? So all of those are the same question. It's like understanding how we oversee the single pay rate for everyone.
Please close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes. Please Please stop.
Okay,
Close your eyes.
I have a question.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Is this a new fork going to, like, when we do the budget change? I think always just check 6 weeks. Does that going to apply to that as well? If it is applied to that, that means there should be something called what is
Well,
it about it?
no one will be able to change their pay rate because everyone gets the same pay rate, so you can't change your pay rate.
What do you mean by saying same pay rate? If it is 6,
Like if
everybody should
everyone's
have
getting paid,
$6, right?
$3 an hour, everyone's getting paid $4 an hour, everyone's getting paid $5 an hour. It's like everyone's getting exactly the same pay rate. So whether it's like $4.50 an hour or whatever, there's only one pay for everybody. So there's.
However, I think it goes up the more positions and responsibility you can take and deliver. It goes up, and I think it goes down if you cannot deliver much.
Everyone who delivers work will get bonuses and you'll get paid, so that's still going to be happening. So the more work you do, the more money you get paid. That will be automatic. But there's two different, very different models that we're discussing. One is yesterday came up equal pay, equal time, but what Martine just mentioned was equal pay, unequal time. So equal pay, unequal time would be what Martine's just said, that you could get paid different amounts based on your skill level, right?
Yes.
So, but yesterday we discussed equal pay, equal time. So if you want to get the voting, you can get that. So can we get the link to yesterday's notes? And we also need our work organizing spreadsheet. We need our work organizing spreadsheet for the new fork.
Was it a yesterday note or the day before yesterday?
I don't know, it might have been the day before yesterday.
Day before yesterday.
Yeah.
We have it here. Online 20.
So how are we going to evaluate the skill, Martins?
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So everyone can vote on line 33.
1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
But Jay, I think the voting should be for those who have showed interest in the new fork. So if you are not showing interest in the new fork, they can vote however they want. And it might not be in the interest of those that are in the new fork.
I don't know exactly what that means. I mean, obviously the new fork affects everybody, but obviously you can disregard people's votes if you want to, but everyone has the power to vote if they want to vote, at least at an advisory level. But just because you're not getting paid in the new fork doesn't mean you're not involved in the new fork. So anyways, the 4 options that we discussed was to not change the pay rate based on skill levels, which would be equal pay, equal time, right? Equal pay, equal time. And then the other one is no going up or down with the minimums and maximums, to only have a minimum and only go up. So that was line 36. And then go up or down, which would basically be, just normal, equal pay, unequal time, right? So that one didn't actually pass. So the direction that everyone discussed yesterday was going towards equal pay, equal pay, equal time as the #1 top interest. and then that the positions would change. So if you have a position, for example, you have normal foundational worker, and then you have the public image worker, and then you've got, you know, HR board / executive. So we discussed that, where like normal pay would be $5 an hour, $4 an hour. Public image worker might be like a 10%, you know, increase, and then maybe the HR board would be 125% increase. So we need to figure out how we would do that. But it just gives a little bit more flexibility.
Why HR board is high percentage?
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
The HR board.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
The HR board is always, the expectation is that you have more skilled, higher level executive workers on the board, right? That have experience with running organizations and such. So, anyways, Lucy and Mamoon, I don't know if you want to vote, but the bottom line is that if there's questions about what the new fork is, for example, from Mamoon, who hasn't made a decision yet, I think, Mamoon, you're the only person who hasn't made a decision if you're going to stay in the old fork or join the new fork. So,
Maybe I think he did not know I have information about it. So,
well, yeah, we
I
can ask
think-
questions if he wants.
Yes, I want to ask question there. So, with the new fork, everyone is allowed to join there, or only the new recruits?
Anyone, yes, anyone can join. So the current model is equal time, unequal pay by jurisdiction, right? We have all the jurisdictional model, right? And then in this new model, it's equal pay, so there's no jurisdiction, right? So everybody just gets paid the same amount as their base value. So, and then there's we have to make a decision on equal time or unequal time, but overall, that's the primary difference. Does that make sense?
So let's know where you belong, Nemo.
So Lucy and Mamoon, you're planning on not voting, is that correct?
Sorry.
I'm not voting.
Okay. All right. So I think that I would go back to the original proposal for equal pay, equal time, based on the voting, right? That the idea of everyone getting paid the same amount of money and no rating people based on their skills seems to have the highest support. So I think we should just vote on that and get it over with. If that is the agreement, then all we have to do is just choose how to decide what the pay will be, and then we're done. And then we can just make the budget and it's over.
Time to stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
If that decision what they want is fine, but for me,
Please stop, stand up,
they should
and stretch
review
and
it
move
in
around for
future.
30 seconds.
Yes, everything will get reviewed in the future, of course.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense somebody who is experienced to get the same, like someone you train. How can you train someone and you still get the same amount?
I don't understand. What?
That option, the voted highest, is not because I'm not joining that team. That is why. But for me, I
For
feel
me,
like
the whole idea of paying someone more money is because they don't need any training. Right? So if they come in and they already know how to do everything and they can train us and they can work, and then that's why they would be executive level and get paid more money. If we have to train someone, they should be getting the base level pay. And then if you're training someone, once they get paid, once they learn how to do the work, that's why you're paying them the amount of money that you're paying them to learn how to do the work. Like, it wouldn't make any sense to pay somebody to not do the work. Because you're paying someone and budgeting someone to do the work. So once you train them and they do it, the idea you have to pay them more money to have them do the work makes no sense. Why would you pay them to begin with if they're not going to do the work for more money, right? Does that make sense?
Oh, so that means the people that are going to be recruited is some not training. They should just go and do the work, right?
Well, no, most people are not capable of doing the work at all, let alone getting training for it. So right now we're trying to
So
recruit
now,
people to
how
do
can
the work.
someone? Okay.
But if we paid people more money, if we went and paid, like I know lots and lots of people who are very easily capable of doing all this work, but they want $20, $30, $50 an hour. So if we just paid someone $20, $30, $50 an hour, we could hire people who already know how to do the work. Instead, we have to train everybody because you have no idea how to do it. Like if someone hired me to do work for them, I wouldn't need a bunch of training. Like they could tell me in a 30 minutes of what they need, and then I would just do it for them, right, as best as possible. Sure, maybe there'd be mistakes, and then you could keep improving it or whatever. But the point is that in our situation, people want sometimes weeks and weeks, if not months, of training before they'd even start doing anything.
Okay, then I have a question for you then, Jay. What is the view in regard to that? Because that is the highest voted. Because the highest voted is now what you talk about. How can we now, as someone who knows the work, to do the work to someone who doesn't know, you get the same pay?
Of course, because you're paying someone to do the work, right? We trained you to do the work. Why would we pay you more for work that you already were trained to do?
I work with someone who does not know
2,
anything.
3, 4, 5,
Argument is not like it is me. Just arguing. If I work with someone who does not know anything, watch it on my screen, still going to get the same amount with me. That option, if I want to vote, I vote too.
Okay, but aren't you not even joining the new fork, Lucy? So it's like perfectly fine to not join the new fork. I thought you said you weren't even joining to begin with.
This is the collab day. We have to contribute to what is there and see. We all review. Even if I'm not there, you have said it yourself. I can still vote because it
You
doesn't
chose not
matter
to
if
vote,
I'm there.
Lucy. You just said you're not voting and you're holding everything up. I'm trying to help the
Okay,
people.
let's continue.
Yeah,
Why
let's
you
continue.
bringing the topic here? You bring the topic to be discussed, not to be like we say yes, to be challenged.
Okay, but if I was going to give
We
my
need to
personal
discuss.
opinion, Lucy, we would be having a very different discussion because I have very strong thoughts about this, and I don't think it's
let's
a good thing.
continue then, because
I am trying
we
to
don't
help
challenge.
Martins and Brian and Joshua and other people who want to join this fork. I have very strong opinions personally about
Okay, let
how
me
I don't
ask
think
this
it's good,
question to-
but
let
I'm
me
not
ask
bringing it
this
up right now
question.
because it's not. It's
Not,
just
I
a
don't
waste of
want
time.
you to respond this. Let me
Okay.
No, let me ask this question to you, Martin. Martin, does it make sense for you to work with someone who does not know something? You train them, you get $5, that person is also getting $5. Is it making sense to you? If it is just me, I have no problem. I'm just challenging you. Any person who will join, not me.
It does not. It does not, because the concept about it is just that, you if you put in equal amount of time and energy, you should get the same pay. So if someone who is just learning, because training somebody is extra work to know
Yeah.
the work. And for you to train somebody and at the same time getting the same pay doesn't make sense. And the reason why I kept quiet is just that, in training, according to the current policy now, says that if you are only being trained and you are watching and not, you don't get paid for watching. You don't get paid. So that's the reason why I decided to keep quiet. I don't know if that will in any way make a balance with what's on ground now.
Okay.
Jay, can you clarify that?
Yeah, thank you for making.
Yeah, I mean it makes perfect sense. I mean, I just think that it's perfectly fine, and whoever wants to create this model and create this budget, let's just move forward and do it. Like it shouldn't even be that difficult.
Please stop and get
It's just a matter of making decisions.
ready.
I don't
Now
want.
inhale. 1, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax. 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
I
So
think the only clause we can have with this model is that if you don't know the work and you are being trained for it, you can't get equal pay with someone that knows the work. Simple. You can add a clause to it.
I agree with Martins.
So that is just
Yeah.
it. If you
so
don't
what
know the
what
work.
was that? Who wrote it down?
I'm writing it down myself.
Good, please do. You know, because like it's like I wrote down 99% of the notes so far, and it's like this is the work, is taking notes and documenting everything everyone's saying, but no one does it, right? So it's like I end up writing everything myself, and I don't even get any paid. So I don't know what was just said, but the bottom line here is that we need to move forward and make decisions. If no one wants to move forward and no one wants to make any
You
decisions,
don't have
it's
income
fine.
naira for blood tonic.
What, Joshua?
How much did you
I don't understand. Does anyone understand, Joshua? Do we need to mute someone, or Lucy or Martins or Brian or Mamoon? Did you understand what Joshua said?
He was probably talking to somebody,
He's
right?
talking
He's not
with, I
talking to
think
us.
Okay, so
he
I'm
has
gonna mute.
noise on his background.
Okay, so I'm muting Joshua.
No, I'm here. I'm not talking anything.
Okay, well just be sure to mute if you're not talking. So if you don't do the work, you cannot be sitting around getting paid. If you do not do the work, you're not expected to get paid the same amount. I mean, I don't understand exactly what this means, because it's like if you don't do any work, you don't get paid. If you're doing the work, you get paid. So it's like whoever does the work is getting paid infinitely more money than whoever's not doing the work. So that's already covered in my perspective. Like I don't understand, like if someone doesn't do the work, and you pay them $0, and then you say that someone who does do the work needs to get paid $5 per hour more than the person that is not doing the work, then the person who doesn't do the work gets $0 and the person who does do the work gets $10, which makes no sense. Because then it's just like you're getting paid extra just to do the work that you're already paid to be doing. Because if you're getting paid $5 an hour to do the work, and if you don't get the work done, you get $0 an hour, why would you get double the pay to get work done when it's like that's what you're already paid to do?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Well, I think we are on the same track, on the same line. It's just that we are speaking from different perspectives. Just as you said, that was what Lucy was trying to clarify. Maybe when she saw that option that says people get the same amount of money, you told her that just learning. So that means if you are getting trained, you don't expect to get paid for that training hours.
Correct.
That's
So
just it. So
let's see, Joshua raised his hand. Joshua, did you have anything to add?
No, not really. But I didn't understand why, if someone doesn't do the work and he doesn't get paid, if someone else does his work, the person should be paid his payment.
Yeah, exactly. The
You
normal
get
payment.
zero.
Yeah, correct. Agreed. So as far as moving forward, I feel like it's just a matter of getting agreement on the model and then just building a budget. So the idea is that everyone would get paid the same amount, and you have to remember that what we're agreeing on is not how much money you get in your bank. We're agreeing on the base budget for your base pay, and then you get your bonus pay on top of that for doing the work. So it's just like, this is just the base pay. It's the amount of money that we track for your tokens and your value and your ownership and everything. Like it's not the amount of money you get in the bank. Your upfront pay is based on actual work created. This is just trying to set the baseline pay. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah. All right. So, my recommendation, right? Let me make a recommendation here, because it's good to have a process. So Jay's recommendation is to step 1, to agree on the model, and this would be equal pay, equal time. Then step 2 would be to agree on the process for how we choose and change the pay rate for everyone. Then step 3 is the percentage difference for various positions. Then step 4, finalize the budget. So for me, there's 4 steps. Agreeing on the model should take, 5 to 10 minutes. Agreeing on the process should take maybe 10 to 20 minutes. The difference between the various positions may be 5 to 15 minutes. Finalizing the budget, this might take 30 minutes to 1 hour of work, right? That's actual work that needs to get done. So that's what I would recommend doing to move this all forward very quickly. But I'm also happy to just continue just discussion and talking or whatever. Is anyone even tracking our time? How much time we have left? I doubt it. So, and then we have a break. So
Mamun was timekeeper. We are
yeah.
supposed to be on break.
Yeah,
5-minute break.
Mamun's not going to do any work, so it doesn't matter that he's timekeeper because he's not doing anything. So, anyways, we're just not following policy, but let's take a break and try to follow at least that policy. And then when we come back, maybe we should extend the time for this. We could just assume we're out of time. And we could extend time for another topic if we want. So, 5-minute break.
Yes, 5 minutes, please.
Okay.
All right. I'm back. So, what do we want to do?
I'm back.
I'm back also.
I'm back.
So, what should be the next topic?
Let me see the next topic.
Well, what was the conclusion of topic 1? My system.
The conclusion of topic 1 is that we're out of time. So that we can, if we want to continue, we can continue topic 1 for another 12 to 24 minutes. And do topic 1.1.
Okay, 1.1.
Because we ran out of time and we didn't actually finish anything.
1.1. Topic 1.1.
So does that what everybody wants or what? For another 12 to 24 minutes?
Yes, I'm going to.
It's fine. It's okay. I'm okay.
All right. So no
I will
objections
not
to
be
top.
available till then.
What, Joshua?
I don't think I'll be around in the next 24 minutes.
Okay. If you need to check out, you can check out now if you want. Do you want to check out now, or do you want to check out? Just tell us when you need to check out, and you can check out anytime. Okay.
Okay, I'll let you know when I need to check out.
Perfect. All right. So topic 1.1. What do we want to do? Do we want to go with these recommendations? Do you want to do something else? Like, what is the goal? What do you guys want to try to achieve? What's the desired outcome? We should probably get clarity on the desired outcome. Do we want to go through these recommendations, or what do you want to do?
Yes, let's go through the recommendation
Okay.
so that we can know we have a.
And
It's
the
4
break.
o'clock.
Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
And just because you approve something doesn't mean you can't change it, you know? So it can always change in the future. So the proposal is equal pay, equal time.
Okay.
So basically we're voting on line 35. We're voting to not change the pay rate based on skill level. So are there questions?
Based on line 35, don't change it based on skill level. Time. Okay. Outcome. Let's make a proposal. I'm against it, 100%.
You're what?
Let's make a proposal. Let's vote on it. I'm ready to vote against it.
You're gonna vote against it?
Yes.
But you voted an 8 for it before.
Change PP.
I'm just not understanding what we're here to achieve.
No. I did. Let's vote. Let's place our votes.
Okay, but this is coming from you, Martins, like you voted an 8 before.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. Maybe before now.
Wow.
I don't know because
So are there any questions? I mean, because if there's no agreement on this proposal, it's just a waste of time. So there's no questions, and then the concern. So what is your concern, Martins?
Yeah, my concern is that I don't feel comfortable saying that we can't change our rate based on skills level, because over time, especially for some that have been in the system, they will deliver more for the organization for those that are coming in. So the more your skills level are changing, the more you should be able to change your pay rates. That is what I feel about it. That's my concern.
Okay, so that is perfectly fine. So I mean, for me, the main thing about like training workers to do skills, it's like they learn the skills through the organization training them,
Time's
so
off.
they do the pay
Please
rate that
stop.
they agreed to.
Close
But
your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
anyways, any other concerns? Otherwise, we can go ahead and vote. So there's no other concerns. Let's go ahead and vote. So I am a 7. Everyone a vote?
I am 1.5.
So you're blocking this?
Yes.
So you think it's against the mission and the vision and the core values? Okay.
It's not.
Brian, Lucy, Mamoon, Joshua, do you want to vote? Otherwise, we can just move on because it's already blocked. So why are you voting an 8 on line 35 and then blocking it? It just doesn't make any sense, Martins. It's just like wasting everyone's time.
Hey, I'm not wasting anybody's time.
Well, why? The question is, why did you vote 8 on line 35 to get everyone focused on that as the top priority, and then you're blocking it?
Probably when I was voting it, most of the things that was written here was not written there. Number one. Number two, like now, this equal pay, equal time, even more explanation to it just made sense to me. I'm just saying equal time, equal pay. It wasn't there before.
But it says right here, don't change pay rate based on skill. Anyways, that's fine. Let's move on. So you want to go towards the next option, which is going to be no going up or down, right? So it's going to be the proposal is establish the new fork with the fundamental value of equal pay, unequal time. So then we're talking about setting it up with no going down. So there's going to be a minimum base rate, and then from that minimum base rate, it would go up, right? As you have more skill levels, the minimum base pay could go up. So from there, I think that's it. Oh, and then you can also have different base pay levels based on different positions. Okay, so that's line 109.
Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So how does everyone feel about the proposal on line 109? Are there any questions? Establish the new fork on a foundation of value of equal pay, unequal time. So it's based on skill.
Jay, I would like to check out for 20 minutes.
Well, you can check out right now. Just check out right now. Just tell us how the session went and your number, and then you can go. It's fine.
Okay.
You want us to check out? Just tell us how the session went and what you're going to be working on.
Where do I do that?
You just tell us
In
verbally.
Discord?
In a main session, you just communicate verbally. We're all human beings, right? So it's not.
Okay. I like where the session is going, although I'm confused why some people take a decision and want to back out when we are supposed to be moving forward. I'm not comfortable with that. So, but it's all right. Yes, we are all moving forward. People, we should be more focused on moving forward and going back and forth.
Cool.
So the session, I give it a 4. I'm not still going anywhere.
Great. All right. Thanks, Joshua. Does anyone else want to check out?
Let's continue. Nobody.
All right. So again, the proposal established a new fork on a foundational value of equal pay, unequal time. So the skill level increases with pay. No, yeah, skill level increases pay, and there's no going down. So you set a minimum base rate, minimum pay, and then through evaluation, you go up in pay. And there's different pay levels for different positions. So any questions on the proposal?
No question.
Okay, any concerns? Any questions or concerns on the proposal, Brian?
Where is the line where the proposal is? On line 86?
109. Line 109.
Propose establish the new fork of foundation values of equal pay and equal time. Skill level increase pay. No going down. Minimum. What do you mean by unequal time? I don't understand that.
It means that everyone's time is not equal. So if you work an hour, Lucy, your time.
Pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Your time and your value is based on your skill. So you're getting paid based on someone's opinion of your skill. So it's unequal time. So it could be in the same jurisdiction with the same, house in the same city, and then basically you could get paid more than the other person. So your time is not equal. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay. I understand.
All right, so any other questions?
No question.
Concerns? Are there any concerns? So I guess for me, the main concern would just be, do we have supportive consensus? And, overall, the fork is controversial, especially at the timing. So it's good to just have a vote in terms of creating our fork. So let's go ahead and vote on this one. So I'm going to vote a 7 again on this. I'm fine either way.
I'm voting 8.3.
So Brian, Lucy, Mamoon, would you like to vote? Looks like we lost Brian again. So Lucy and Mamoon, do you want to vote? And Mamoon, have you decided if you want to do it or not?
What did you say again?
Do you want to vote? Have you decided if you want to do this or not?
Yeah,
You're voting or not?
yeah, I'm voting 7.
Okay, Mamoon is a 7.
I'm voting 7.
Okay, so this passes. Look at that. We got a decision finally. Excellent. Okay, so now we need to decide on the process of how to choose the pay rate. So, and did someone link the work organizing spreadsheet? We need to start documenting all these decisions.
Stand up and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Work organization for what?
For the new fork.
Is here now on line 26.
Okay, good. So we can start copying pasting these proposals there, and then also putting it into the decisions channel. And also we'll be creating a new Discord server or using the FQN one. So that is another decision we need to do for the budget. Finalize the budget and team use FQN question mark. All right. So agree on the process for how we choose and change the level of pay for everyone. So I have a proposal for how this could be done. So do you want to hear my proposal, or do you want to do a different option, or should we list more options, or what?
Let's hear your proposal.
Okay, so we talked about various options yesterday for how to do the different time. But then I thought more about it, and I was getting into the concept of basically well, also we kind of changed this proposal to the new model. So we're going for the skill level, so maybe we should just go back to how we voted last time, because maybe my model is not applicable anymore since we're going to be changing the values. So we had this vote from yesterday where we voted between 5, 6, and 7 being the center value for the work being done. So then the only other question was, what is the low and high end? And we voted again on that, and so we got 50% was the high. Okay, so if we went with the two highest ones, it would be $7, and then there's 50% either direction. So let's go with option 1 would be $7 per hour would be the center, and then it would go up and down by 50%. So it would be $3.50 to
Please stop. Close your eyes.
$10.50
Count. 1,
per hour.
2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Option 2 would be $6 an hour. So $6 per hour would be the center, and so then it would go $3 an hour to $9 per hour. So the base rate for option 1 would be $3.50 per hour. The base rate for option 2 would be $3 per hour. So then if we go to the other percentage, the next highest one would be 75%. So at 75%, that would create two new options of option 2 and option 3. No, option 3 and option 4. So it would be 75% of $7, which is $5.25. So that would be the lowest of $1.75 would be the starting point for the lowest evaluation, and the high would be $12.25. And then if you do, and then the base rate here would be $1.75. And then if you do option 4, oh wait, I feel like this is all wrong, because I feel like this was a voting on the center pay, but we decided that we weren't going to have a center, that we were only going to have a base rate. So I feel like this is all wrong, and that we just need to choose the base rate instead. So let's go back to the options. So anyways, we have these 4 options. I think they're pretty clear as far as this is more of like the range going up and down. But it gives us a context of what we're talking about. But then from here we can do 4.5. So this would be
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
cool. So option 4, the way that we did it before, would be $6 per hour would be the center, so $2.50 to $10.50, and the base would be $2.50. So then we can look at the options, other options for deciding. So it could just be like listing the dollar amounts and voting, like we talked about before. The other option I was thinking about is like listing the individual jurisdictions of everyone involved, and then for everyone getting paid, and then doing an average. So the reason why I was thinking about this other option of doing an average of the jurisdictions is because then that would automatically change and increase the pay rate over time. So if the dollar got less valuable and just things got more expensive, everyone's pay rate would automatically go up or down based on the actual cost of living. So this would ensure that cost of living is always considered. Anyway, so if we want to, we can re-vote on the amounts based on instead of based on the center pay, we could vote on them based on the base pay, and then it only goes up from there, and then we can discuss how much it would go up. So that is definitely an easier thing to do if you want to vote on that. So anyways, I think that's pretty clear as far as the options. So does that make sense? Do we want to vote on these things, or do we want to go with one of these existing options?
Let's vote on it.
So I think the main thing is line 188 to 190, right? Would be option 0 is use above options 1 to 4 from the old voting. Specifically, when I say the old voting, I specifically mean for up and down, right? So the center line. So then you can have listing the amounts and voting again below, right? It says below lines 195 to 205, right? So, and then we could also list the individual jurisdictions to get an average for the pay for everybody, so we know, and that it all automatically goes up over time as cost of living increases. So which one of these do we want to
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Okay, this is going to be for the base pay, right?
Yeah, we're trying to choose the base pay, and then it would go up from the base pay. So these are the 3 options that I found in terms of how we can decide on the pay. So we can either just use these options from before based on the voting we did yesterday, or we could re-vote and list the amounts based on a base pay instead of the center line like we did yesterday. Or the other one would be listing jurisdictions and getting an average so that it actually automatically changes based on who's involved and how much the cost of living is. So then that way it would make sure that you're always meeting the cost of living for those involved. So I personally think that way is the best because it makes sure that you're constantly evaluating the pay rate, and the pay rate's constantly changing based on the actual cost of living, as opposed to just some random number we decided on 5 years ago, right? Anyway, so let's go ahead and get agreement, and then we'll be good.
Yeah, that's good.
So do we want to vote on line 187 to 190 and kind of just finalize how we want to do this, and then we can
Okay.
vote, and then we're done?
Please remove option 1.4 from the old voting time. This is dollar amount and voting below.
So what's going on with Lucy and Mamoon? And I can't hear you, Martins. What are you saying?
Yeah, no, I'm just going through the comments, those things you said. I mean, the notes, the options for decisions. I was just going through it.
Okay, so Mamoon or Lucy, do you have any questions on these options, or do you want to vote, or what?
Please, please. Yeah.
Just I'm thinking, just trying to understand the options. I'm trying to understand these options.
Yeah, I mean it's nothing special. It's basically like we can just go with these options that we created from yesterday. So we have a baseline of $3.50, $3, $1.75, or $2.50. That's option 0. Option 1 is listing the amounts again for the base pay instead of center pay, and then just voting on them. So I'm just gonna vote on those anyways because I just go so fast. It's like, why not
Time
vote on
to
them?
break. Please stop. Write down whatever you were about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
So the bottom line from here is that the other option is to list the individual jurisdictions and to have the pay based on actual average jurisdiction, which ensures that everyone's getting paid based on cost of living, so that you're always like as the cost of living goes up, you're always getting your pay rate increased automatically. We don't have to go and like address the pay rate with the team over and over and over again.
I think that is understood. Yes.
So no one's even voting here. We've been here over 5 to 10 minutes just waiting here for people to decide what they want to do. So let's try to get clarity on what we want to move forward on. Oh, look, Martine, you're finally voting. Okay, that's good. So Lucy and Mamoon, are you guys going to vote or what? Do you have any more questions?
Lemon?
I don't think Mamoon's actually here. He just has background noise. I'm just going to mute him. Ah, much better. So anyways, it's just me and Martins and Lucy. So Lucy, did you want to vote or not?
Lucy?
Yes. You know, Martin, I'm trying to analyze this proposal and understand.
Okay.
Do you have
Yeah,
questions?
because I don't understand when you say $1, $2 base pay. I don't know how is it going about.
Okay, let
That's
me
why
try
I
and
don't even vote. How now? I don't know.
let me try and explain. We are trying to decide the pay rates for new fork model, and we have four options outlined that will guide our decision. So the first one says we should use the above options, which is from option one, starting from 169 here.
Then
Target.
explain for me those options. First, those are the
Okay.
options that I
Okay.
even got
Now,
totally
first
lost.
option, if you look at all these options, option one, option two, if you look further up again, there was a voting that was made, I think 2 days ago, where we decided what what pay rate
Oh,
should we pay for. So if you look at the orange and the yellow, I think those are the options that emerged as top priority or top position. So they try to demystify it by placing some options under it, okay, in between. So the option one would be from 350 to $7. Sorry, 3.5 per hour to $7 per hour. That is the center pay. Then option two, 6. So that's from $3 as the base pay to $6. That is the highest per hour. The same goes down to option four. Then option two here, going back to what should guide our decision, listing their dollar amount and voting below 195 to 205. He is now saying that our decision should be based on what is listed in 196 down to 205.
Okay, now I have a question. If I understand even option or line 69 at least better, what does it mean by saying $7 center?
That is the highest. That is the highest, the peak that can be from $7, from $3.5 to $7. That's the highest.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
That's the highest. The highest you can go.
So it
Then
cannot go beyond $7, right?
yeah, it
Oh,
can't go
thank you.
beyond $7. So then the other option here, which is the last one for that guides our decisions, based on how our jurisdiction is changing. If your individual jurisdiction change from $350 to
And the break.
two
Time to.
thousand dollars,
Please get
then
focused on the session.
nobody will. So the pay rate will reflect based on your individual jurisdiction, not based on the options highlighted here. Do you get it?
Yeah, now I can vote. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, voting 7. This option is 7. And other option 7. 7.5. Done.
So we need to vote the next one on line 135 to 125. List of
Oh,
votes.
I vote on line 187 to 190.
Then you still come to 196 to 205. You make your votes too.
What? Again, okay. So now what is the difference between this line and line 1987, Martin?
The difference is just if you look at options for decision making, that line, that row, you see line 189 says that listing the dollar amount and voting below, it is from 195. So whatever decision we make here, are you getting me? We guide if what we have choose here is what we should consider. Do you get it?
And the break. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
Do you get it? So are you guys voting?
I already voted on everything. I don't think Mamoon is here at all, so it's just a matter of whether Lucy's gonna vote. If she doesn't vote, that's fine.
I'm not going to vote on this one because I don't understand this one. I'm okay. I have already voted on line 190, 187 to 190. But listing all these dollars, I don't know. I can vote on.
Like, you don't have to vote, Lucy. You can just say that you don't want to vote, and it's fine. But whatever we do, like, we just need to move forward because this is taking a extraordinary amount of time. Like, me and Martins have already voted like 5 minutes ago.
Okay, because you guys have been understanding this thing before you work on it. I don't want to take time. Move forward, guys. I'm done.
You are not voting?
Yes.
Okay, not voting. Not, let me write not voting.
Live streaming has stopped.
Disappeared.
Inaitwa
Disappeared.
precious.
Live streaming stopped. So let's go and get to the next option. I'm done voting.
Okay, so from here, all we have to do is look at
Precious
the.
is ready. And vote.
Oh, Precious is here. Wow. Yeah, we can explain things to Precious and see if she wants to vote. Hey, Precious, are you in the new fork or are you in the old fork? Did you decide yet?
Yeah, it's new for
You're doing the
Time
new
to
fork?
pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So do you want to explain the new model, the options for voting, Martins?
Okay. I'm trying to set up. Okay, I'll do that. So now we are trying to make a decision regarding what will be the base pay in the new fork model, because we are trying to push an idea whereby people get paid based on the amount of time and effort they put into the organization, and which I think it will encourage creativity, productivity, all other things will follow. So we've made some decisions previously, but this one we are just trying to decide on the pay rate. So in the previous notes we had, we we decided on base pay option and center pay option. So now if you come to line 187, 187 down to 190, so that is options for decision. That is what will guide us in voting or making the needed decision regarding the base pay for the fork model, because it was part of the recommendation that we need to decide our base pay too, so that we can begin to build our budget and everything. So, number one, if you look at line 188, it says use above option from one from option 1 to 4 on the old voting form at the center line. So that means that if the what will guide your decision while you want to vote, if you are going for option 0, is that you look at line 169, which says the base pay is $3.5 per hour up to 7.5 up to $7 per hour. That is the highest the center pay, doesn't change. The same goes for the next option, option 2, then down to option 4. So for line 189, still trying to explain options for decision of how we're going to arrive at our base pay. So it said listing the dollar amount and voting below line 195 to 25. So here is just trying to talk about that. If you look at line 195, there is a base pay options made available from $1 to $10. So that is if you are choosing the option here, if you are choosing the option, if you are choosing the option from 195 to 205, that means it should guide your decision on line 187 down to 190.
Time for breath.
Then
Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
then the last option that is guiding our decision says that if your individual jurisdiction changes, you don't need to adjust the base pay, or it will change automatically based on your individual jurisdiction. So that means if your individual jurisdiction was $350 initially and it changes and goes to 2,000, that means your base pay will automatically reflect in that direction. So now what you are expected to do is that if you want to vote now, you vote twice. The first one, you make your vote from 187 to 190, then you come to 195 to 205 and you vote. Is that understood?
I think so.
Live streaming is on.
So do you want to vote, Precious, or should we just move forward, or what?
I want to vote. So I'm voting from line 195 to 205.
I don't know.
So I should create my own tab. I think.
No,
Yeah,
you
you
don't
can
need to.
create your
You
own
don't
Or
need
tab.
to
there's
create
no
your own
forward.
tab. You should be able to vote really easily. Like, what line would you be voting on?
195.
What line is she voting on?
Okay. If you want to vote now, you are coming to line 185. Sorry, 187. You just need to make a provision for your own name
Which
here.
topic are we
Maybe
on?
decide. We are still on
Oh
1.1.
yeah, 1.1.
So
So
I'll
yeah,
make
so
a.
yeah, we're on
We
line
are overtime for
187.
this
It's
topic.
line 187 to 190.
We are overtime for this topic.
Let's just make the vote and we are done. Just for her to.
We need to do the policy training.
No problem. We'll do that. So this is for Precious again.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close
So you
your
can make
eyes.
your vote now.
Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
You've seen it, right? Precious?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I've seen it.
Yeah, good. Yeah. So we are waiting for you. Once you are done, let us know.
Alright, so I'm done with the 187 to 190. So I should move on to 195, right?
If you want
Yes,
to, but we were just trying to just
195.
vote on the one thing is all we were trying to vote on. I don't know why it's taking us so long. But we seem to be evolving towards the using the jurisdictions. I'm sort of evolving away from using the jurisdictions for one specific reason, which is that I wouldn't want us to discount people who have lower jurisdictions and to not recruit them and not include them because it would affect our own pay rate. So then it would create a recruitment problem where people would purposely not want to recruit people from lower jurisdictions because it would affect their own pay rate, which I think could be problematic. So I'm actually sort of I'm kind of going towards 0 or 1 as like my priorities at this point.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, she's done.
So we seem to have.
We need to do the policy training, guys. You guys are continuing with the same topic, and no one is taking policy training.
Yeah, let's do policy training, and then let's go ahead and choose another topic. So anyways, I think we're really close in getting agreement on a thing. So we didn't vote on option 1, 2, 3, or 4, but for the overall total, we have a clear winner of $5 per hour. and then in relationship to the average value for the jurisdiction comes out to $7 an hour, I think. Anyways, let's go on to
Also,
the next
based on
topic.
our policy, precious need to do the policy training if indeed supposed to be, because you cannot come to the session almost 30 minutes toward the end of the session.
Well, she told us she was going to be late, so that's fine.
Okay.
So it wasn't like she just showed up with no warning. She made it clear she was going to be late ahead of time.
But for me, I did not see the warning, maybe somewhere. It's fine.
I think that's on recruitment channel. You see there, it's played it earlier, like 2 minutes or 5 minutes before the session started.
Okay.
Anyway, so what should we do for our next topic? Or do you want to continue or what?
Can can I vote? Can I paste this decision on our?
No
on
decision
our,
has been made.
Okay.
The only decision made was line 109 to 122. So that one should be pasted onto our decisions channel. Anyway, so let's go to our topics and desired outcomes. Decide what we want to do next, or if we want to continue or whatever.
Okay. I see. Let's see what was the topic 2 about.
Okay. So what's the
I think we need to vote on the proposal of pushing the budget. That we need our topic 2 is about the budget, but we need to vote on that proposal and have a decision of pushing the budget to 27. If there's agreement about
team budgets?
the team budget, yes.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3.
I don't think that would be.
Open your eyes.
Okay. So topic 2, team budget.
No, topic 2, Lucy was saying to do the pushback of the budget. If we want to discuss the team budgets, then we can discuss that. That would be a separate topic. Or the HR budget, right? There's the
What
HR
about
budget, there's the team
pushback of
budget.
the proposal that we vote with you, Jay?
Yeah, I'm proposing that we push back the budget because we don't seem to be capable of getting the budget passed, and all the recruitment is a nightmare, and that maybe we should just push it all back until the end of the month. It's like a week from now, a week and a half, and focus on actually meeting deadlines. And then we can get focused on all of the payrolls and everything, because like if we push back the budget, then we're no longer on 100% pay stop, and we can do all of our payrolls without breaking policy.
Anyone is objection? Any objection on that?
No objection from me. Any topic you are taking is okay by me.
Okay, thank you, Martin.
Okay.
Time for breath. Please stop.
Precious, any objection on our topic
Inhale.
2?
1, 2.
No.
Exhale. 1,
Okay. If no objection, I can take the
pause.
topic.
Inhale
No
together.
objection.
1, 2, 3. Exhale.
Okay, so we're taking 12 minutes. Is it 6 to 12 minutes?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it should be pretty quick.
Very quick, we have I think the already proposal.
Okay. So please copy the information to the tab. Let's go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pass the proposal. People vote if it passes, yes, it doesn't, so that we know where we are. That is why it's gonna be easier to discuss the topic of team budget.
Where is the where's the proposal?
You create the you have the proposal with you last time.
On the notes?
I think you pasted it on can I start voting for? Yes, you can
Yeah,
start
you
it.
can press it, Martin, if you see it.
You have it?
Okay.
Let me check it. I think I saw it both on Unity server and SFC. That would be under. Let me check proposals. I think no, not there. It's on.
I can just create it new. It's a pretty simple proposal.
No, you have it. You have it.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1,
Yeah, it's
2,
here now.
3.
Proposal to skip
Pause. Inhale
co-op
together.
channel.
1, 2, 3.
It's in the
Let me
Exhale.
co-op
copy
1,
it
channel.
on the
Oh, I see. Okay, that's why I couldn't find it. I was looking in the proposals channel.
co-op channel. Have you copied it?
Yeah, I got it. Okay, so the proposal is to skip this month's budget and focus on next month's budget, which is due May 27th. This would be the new moon. So, also, Lucy somehow forgot the actual. So the budget was due more than 2 weeks ago. And we have been
Lucy,
incapable
can you
of
quickly help me to run through
doing the
the
budget for some
main stuff
unknown reason. We
Okay.
haven't had problems with doing our budgets for, I don't know, a very long time. Even with the whole new co-op 2.0, we only had 1 month where we had any issue at all. But for whatever reason, this recruitment round has been a disaster. So with the proposal, we would get paid the same for like doing half the work, and if you focus on next month's budgets and you're getting it done on time, then you get twice as much of the value for the bonuses. So I don't know. That's the proposal, is just to and then also we're kind of in chaos right now. Like everything is completely chaotic and everything's all over the place and all the new recruits don't know what's going on. No one has any idea what's going on. It's just chaos. So this would reset everything to make it clear that the deadline and all of the work needs to get done by May 27th for the new recruits, and then that's when the new budget would start. So it would actually start creating more organization and make sure everyone understands what's going on. And then we can follow up with all the other recruits and try to figure out what we want to do. And then we get focused on the payroll, we can get focused on any of the other work, and we can still get bonuses. I mean, it's not like we don't get paid at all, because it's just our base pay that's related to the budget. So are there questions or what's going on?
We have a lot of work. We need more than double the months. Doing 2 months of project, save amount, focus on next project, getting it done on time, yes. More than double the value of the
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Well, I don't know if this is related, but I think the recruitment, it is somehow getting disorganized. We have a lot of new recruits than old workers, and not much of the old workers are handling them, maybe based on the fact that there is a policy of old worker and new worker cannot mix except workers that are in the buffer units or buffer team. So tends to be somehow not organized. And two is that except for Precious, Ali, and sometimes Joshua, the rest don't show up as required. Even if they say they want to schedule with you, they will not show up on time. and they will now be showing at off time, and they'll be stating some concerns that are off the current issue. I don't know how I'm also looking at the post that is on Upwork. It was stated nine workers, and I think we have more than nine workers already. We still have some other potential hires that they are still messaging, texting, and but I've not been able to. I couldn't proceed with communicating, following up with them because of the current trend of things on ground. So we need to ensure that we know how what exactly we want to do on the recruitment, then also on budgets. Are we okay? Are we okay with the ones we've already interviewed, and we tell others to wait till maybe when we are doing the next round of recruitment, because that's very, very important. Because without that, if we make effort in working on budget now, it will kind of complicate things. It's my whole little understanding of how the organization is working and everything. Check.
Okay, so I'm not sure if that was a question. Was that a question, or is that a concern, or?
It's a concern. Sorry, I jumped the. It's a concern anyway.
So maybe it's someone could rewrite it, and we could write it, we could re-say it, and someone maybe could take notes and write it down. But
Time to take
So-
I'll
a
put it down.
Please stop, write down whatever you were about to say, and take a break for 6 minutes.
So I mean, overall, obviously we have a lot of problems. Let's take a break. But I mean, for me, the bottom line of the core problem, and I am open to the idea of just connecting the old and new teams together for the time being until we can get functional. But for me, the core problem is just our inability to get the HR board budget passed, and the HR board is not communicating well, and it's just like we're not able to move forward with any of the budgets, and that is a huge problem because we're not doing the work properly and giving the 24-hour deadlines and following up on the tallies and just finalizing the vote, like we usually do. We usually do that all the time. So obviously we're getting thrown a curveball here, and instead of just addressing it, we're just stopping and nothing's moving forward. So I'm not sure how to deal with that, but it's already been almost 3 weeks. So if we want to continue with the current budget, it might be another 3 weeks and we still won't have a budget, and that'll still be over a month late, So it's like at some point we need to move on and just get the budget done. Anyways, let's take a break and we can figure it out. All right, I'm back.
Nataka starehe. Unaona kuvaa hiyo nguo moja. Baby. Nikuendesha na hiyo mguu bado. Nilikuwa hii mguu naendesha na nilikuwa hapo. So are we voting for the proposal?
I don't know. Are we voting or what?
We are supposed to vote.
Are there any other concerns or questions? Looks like Martine's disappeared. But if there's no,
Martin was having concern.
yeah, if there's no other
Obal vote.
I'm an 8.5.
I'm 7.
So Mamoon, Precious.
I don't. My name is not here.
We can add it. So Precious, how do you want to vote? I'm going to send a message to Martine's as well. So you're voting as 7.5, Precious? Anyways, we can do a voting form, send this out to everybody, and let everyone vote on it asynchronously. Does that sound good? Hello?
Yes, it's good. It sounds good, Jay.
Cool. All right, so overall, I think it's probably best to just wrap up and check out, right? Or do we want to do another topic or what? Or we can do open discussion. Do you want to do open discussion?
See, now the proposal is not passed. I was thinking if we can talk about the but let's wrap up. You know that proposal determine the way forward.
Yeah, so now everything's a little mellower. We literally have been rushing everything for 3 weeks, just trying to hurriedly get a budget together, and it didn't work, and it's still not working, right? So now we should take our time to figure out what's going wrong and then move forward. Like, the number one thing for the budget is the HR budget, and the number one proposal that needs to be approved, or not proposal, the policy that needs to be followed is that the Abu Bakr can vote no on a budget, and he gets 24 hours to vote no. And he has to actually vote a score. He has to vote a 1 or a 2 or a 3. Right? He can't just be like, oh, I don't understand the budget. It's like, okay, you have 24 hours to vote. And you either vote no and hold up the budget, or we move forward. Because it's just like, we need to follow the policies. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then if there's issues with the HR board, then you come to the session. That's the policy. So if the HR board is not willing to vote no, and they're not willing to block anything, and then they're not willing to come to a session, like we can move forward with the HR board members that are voting yes. Like if the HR board has an issue, they need to tell us what to fix. And if they don't tell us what to fix, we can ignore them. But we have to follow the policies. We have to give them 24 hours warning. You have 24 hours to do this. Otherwise, we're moving forward with based on the votes that we already have, which is that approves the budget, right? So it's just a matter of doing the work, which we're not doing. So it should be very easy to update the budgets and just duplicate them and put next month's budget. So let's see what next month is. So Martins, do you want to vote on the proposal?
Yes.
We all voted to pass the proposal and to focus on next month. So next month is the 225-degree budget. May, June, 225.
5. Amazing. So my vote is 7.5.
Okay, so we're all in agreement. So we can add that to decisions. And I was just saying that the number one thing we need to do is to follow the policies regarding the HR board and get the HR board budget passed.
Now relax.
And as far as I'm concerned, if the HR board decides to block something, they need to come to an emergency main session. And we need to address it with
Yes.
the HR board. And if they don't come, then they are giving up their ability to block. All right, so we give them 24 hours to vote. And if they want to vote and they want to block something, they need to explain what needs to be changed. Then we need to change it and resend it out. If they are not explaining it and they won't come to a main session, their block is invalid. They cannot hold up. Like the HR board has no power to hold anything up longer than 24 hours, period. So any time that the HR board is blocking anything for longer than 24 hours, it's because of us, not because of them. Does that make sense? Anyways, so
Yes.
anything else for the wrap up? I would say the most
So
other
now,
important thing.
payroll. So on wrap up, payroll. When should we run the payroll? Specifically, February, March payroll.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's a topic. So if you want to go over that for a topic, we can go over that for a topic and then address it. Because I don't understand why it wouldn't have already been run.
Why did not run? I come up with, you said we cannot run the payroll.
Why?
Because we are on the pay stop. That was the reason.
Okay, but we've only been on pay stop for like 2 weeks. You're talking about something that's like 2 months ago.
Yes. It was during the pay
Okay,
stop.
well, either way, we're no... Oh, you did the work during the pay stop. So it's all been approved and everything. So if we can do that, we can run it today. Just send it over and we can run it today. If you have it all ready and it's all approved, just share the link.
It's approved.
Otherwise, we need to go through a topic. If there's issues and there's a reasons why it didn't get approved, we need to go
There
through
is
a
no
topic.
issue at all. There is no issue. Even we have done the accounting, there is no issue. I'm telling you, I'm
It was
not
only
talking
for
about.
something I could remember only running. It was only just
Yeah.
for this to run. And I could remember they said you should remind him on Discord. That's the only way I can remember. I could remember. That was like 2 weeks ago. So
Well, anyways, if it's a priority, let's just make it a topic and address it. If it's not a priority, we can just talk about it on Discord.
okay,
The
let's
other thing
make
I
it
would
a topic.
recommend is dealing with the voting forms, right? Is making sure those voting forms get voted. We need to vote on Lucy's proposal. We have Ate's proposal. We need to get these votes finalized.
Time to pause.
But other than that, I think we're ready to check out.
We didn't use the proposal again because my proposal was already voted on.
Open your eyes.
I don't know, Lucy. We added your proposal into the voting form so it could be voted on again. I don't
Again?
know what the status is of your proposal.
My proposal was voted, and the status was to. You said I should do client expectation, and that is why I was stuck. And you said me after.
Okay, so does someone want to send a message to Ate? I guess I can send a message to Ate. So does someone want to volunteer to do the voting form? Again, this is like paid bonus work. If someone does the voting form, and you could even do multiple voting forms, like it's just like someone's got to do the work.
Is it which voting form again?
I
I've
don't
done
care.
the
Do
voting
more
form.
of them. The more voting forms, the better. The more voting forms, the more work, the more bonuses. Let's just get them done.
No
The
problem.
voting form is bonuses until it is approved. Now, if the voting form is not approved, it's still.
Yes, if you
I saw
create
nothing was.
if you create a voting form and you do nothing with it, there's no work. There's no bonus. So the bonus is only for getting the proposals finalized and approved and certified and verified.
Yeah.
Even if nothing passes. So anyway, so budgets, payroll, voting forms, all good. So any other last questions, or do we want to do another topic on the payroll, or what? Or you can just link it in
Yes,
Discord. I just
yes,
haven't
the
seen anything.
proposal. We can do the on our payroll. I'm getting on decision that was 28 April. I post uh, the the decisions that was voted on. I can give you the link and look at it.
I mean, it
It
sounds
was
to me
only
like this is the
waiting
one
to be
that was just
voted.
not done correctly. Like we just didn't have the
No, it
certificate, the
is the one
verification.
that was done correctly. Everybody voted on.
Yeah, but if there's no ability to verify that the actual amounts, then
I'm getting the link, Jay. Come on.
just where is it?
Why
Just
is
tell me where
it?
the link is. I've asked for it 10 times already. Just send the link over so we can look at it, or we can make a topic if we want to go through it.
Here, on wrap up.
Okay, so on wrap up, let's take a look.
I put the link on wrap up.
So this it's just a link to Discord. That's all it is.
Yes, that is it is on decision. The decision was in green.
Okay, let's see if we can figure it out here. It says to approve bonus payroll. All right. Here's the actual link.
Time to stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Okay, so now we have all the deliverables organized. So the only issue was my pay, which it looks like we updated. It's still no budget related to that, but we can still do it. And then the totals were off last time, so 265 looks weird. Why is it 265? I'm getting 250. So where's the extra $10 coming from? Is for Abu Bakar? Is that it?
Abu Bakar.
And why is Abu Bakar getting $10? And why is Alice getting $5? So it's a difference of $15. So we're actually off by $10 plus the other 5, so it's actually like $20 difference. So there's actually a few issues still.
There are no issues. I reviewed this payroll with the J. The final time I reviewed it was with the J when I include when we finalized with you. When we did to make
There was
sure
issue
your
after
pay was
issue after issue after issue with this payroll. We had lots and lots of issues with it. The original time there wasn't even any deliverables, and then we had to redo for the deliverables, then we had to redo this, and then there wasn't the HR board, so then we had to redo for the HR board. So now you've included the HR board, but what does it mean to have $10 and $5? It doesn't make any sense. Like, where are the deliverables? Like, why did you choose $10 and $5?
Jay, can you open the link and see? It's not that I choose it randomly. Come on, it still look like go open the link, go to HR board and see what was written. Even you checked last time that day.
Okay, it says monthly voting, deadlines oversight, monthly payroll review. Okay, this is what we're looking for. Much better. Okay, cool. Excellent. So I don't know why that's not just included over here, but that's fine. But I don't understand why the total is still off of 265. Okay, that actually looks good. Cool. These are 265. Perfect. All right. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. But what? How do you know that this was passed? Where is the actual passing?
Can't you see it is passed?
Where?
Where the link I gave you, you don't see who voted? Abu Bakar voted 7, Ate voted 7,
I know, but where did they vote? Where did they vote?
It was voted on HR board. Then I tally the results.
Okay.
I put it on the channel.
Great. So we can easily verify that then.
Pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So the reason why this needs to be verified is that over and over and over again you have done proposals that you just edited and didn't actually update. But this one looks like was updated properly, so I think I'm seeing it. So we have the proposal here for 265, and then we have the voting. Yes. Ooh, look, Sander voted as well. That looks good. All right, cool. So everything looks like it checks out to me. So for then, we can just go ahead and run it. We just need to do the accounting. So what's the status of the accounting?
Accounting was also done.
How do you know?
Unless I
That's the
knew.
thing. Through accounting card. You don't know what is there.
Oh, let me. I'm opening.
Through accounting card.
The payroll was done. The only thing was we also do the transfers. We did the transfer for smart poly and for USDT. We also did the transfer for Tron also. Oh, and also we did the transfer for this other payroll, other accounts. Everything is
Okay,
set.
but when did we do it, and how do we know that all the accounting is correct?
Okay.
Are we sure it's
We
all?
can redo,
Are we
we
sure it's
can
all
redo
correct?
again. Maybe if the amount have been used, maybe the amount again have been used on the payroll on account. I don't know.
All I know is that the Mary West account overdrafted multiple times, which is very concerning. But anyways, I think we should be able to get this all done and run it. So if we want to, we can attempt to run it and see what happens. But if the accounting's not ready, let's just do you for example. So how much is in the personal account? Are you getting paid from the personal account again? The $85?
No,
Where are you getting paid
no.
from?
I want to be paid on I new ILLC account.
How do we know that's gonna work?
Even if it's not going to work, I have two options. You can be either Western Union or
You want to
Androemda.
do Western Union?
Yeah, because I don't want the issue of a personal account.
Okay, I mean we can try to do Western Union, I guess, and see if it works. But there's no issue with the personal account as long as we do the accounting properly. Anyways, so I think this is good. So, um, why don't we schedule a time to finalize the accounting and run the payroll?
Okay, let's do it in. Can we schedule today?
Yes.
Andromeda. I mean Cobol.
Cobalt. Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay, let's check out the schedule for today. Before coming, I'll be done with that.
That only gives us
I'll do
40
account.
minutes. It's 40 minutes from now.
Yeah, 40 minutes for now, yes.
Okay, so let's check out, and then we can come back in 40 minutes for whoever wants to, and we can do the payroll.
Okay.
So let's check out.
Who is going to check out? Are we ready to check out, Martin?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can check out first. I would give this session a 6.6.
6.
It was like an okay session. We did pretty good on the policies. We documented most stuff. We got our recordings. We did our breaks pretty well. Overall, I feel like setting up a new fork is just a lot of work. It's necessary. It needs to happen, but we do need to understand that this is going to push things back a little bit, and that's okay. Setting up Co-op 2.0 was a massive, basically 3 to 4 month project, and all we did was change 2 policies that the executive can set deadlines, and that the work was going to be based on deliverables instead of just getting paid without completing work. So this particular value change actually changes a much deeper thing where it actually completely redoes the entire budget. So it's not the best timing on doing such a big change like right in the middle of the recruitment round. So I think that definitely has affected us, but overall I think we're moving in the right direction. I think we're making progress. Overall, I'm gonna keep helping on the new fork. I'm gonna be working on the payroll in 40 minutes. I'm gonna be working on assets still. I'm gonna be doing more recruitment
Time stop.
and
Please
be working
stop.
on the budgets.
Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So certainly lots of work to do, lots of work going on. I think it's fine until we get the budgets approved and we get a little more stability to just have the two teams, like the old and the new teams, working together to like at least get these budgets passed, and then we can split up again or do figure out what we want to do out from there. But I'm gonna be on partial leave, and I'll just be rescheduling for Old World when I get the chance, and we'll just see how things evolve. Check.
Okay, good. The question comes. Can I go now?
Yes.
Okay. So, Martin, uh, 5.6 and 5.6. The question was, who's starting for me?
Mhm. I'm not getting you, Martin. You are breaking.
Okay, I'm 6.
Oh, good. I
I'm
can
6.
hear you. Okay, you
I'm
pick the
6.
question.
Yes, the session is 6.5.
6.5.
The session went well. It's just that we didn't get to see some people clearly.
Oh my, I
It,
cannot get you again.
can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Just look like
Okay.
you are very far.
Okay. Maybe Precious should mute this not coming from our side. Yeah. So can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Kindly go ahead now.
Okay. So the session went well. It's just that I was expecting to see the HR board members coming up. They are not coming up. I always feel as if it's like they have distanced themselves from this organization by not communicating, not showing up. If you're to be any worker not showing up for days, probably probation would have been belted out to that worker. That's about that. And okay, also again, I think I might not be working with Joshua because he has this attitude problem. I don't know why someone will be indirectly talking to someone just because he decided to make a decision based on how he feels. Whatever decision I make on any proposal and I decide to reverse it, there is a policy that guides it, and I don't think there is any policy that is against that. So I might not be working with him for long because his type of person is not my taste. No wonder he had issues with Jay. And for Precious, I will advise Precious, since he's showing more interest by showing up, assisting, learning, the more you show up, you will learn a lot of new things, especially working with the old workers, while the other recruits are still waiting. Just try to show up often so that you can learn a lot. There are lots that I'm still learning, I'm yet to understand. I will be doing the voting form and I'll be working with Lucy to focus on other main priorities in the organization. But for now, I want to rest with the recruits. It has become so exhausted. I mean, it is becoming exhausting that I think I don't even know what's going on again because they are just coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up, communicating with me on Upwork. So I want to stop that for now. I want to focus on work, make sure we have a budget, and we set up the proper structure for new fork that we have on ground now. Check.
Okay, I'm going to check out. I'm giving this session 6.7. For me, I'm happy we have this proposal of pushing the budget so that I know it's not good, yes, but now the situation that we are in, it does not really allow us to get more job. I'm going to work on payroll after this session. I'm scheduling with Jeff running payroll. I'll also check on dayline update. I'll also trying to see then schedule on RTV. I don't know really what really disturbed me when I try to. I don't understand more about RTV. I'll try my best on that as well. And many other, a lot of priorities.
Live streaming
Client.
is on.
I want to draft the new client. I think the plan is it plan proposal so that we can have money for, and see where we can use. We have this new client. That is the first thing I'm going to focus on. As long as we are going to run the payroll today, I'm happy I will have my internet back. By tomorrow, I'll pay my internet. Then I will get back fully to the job and do what I love. Check.
That's cool. Check. Wait out.
Okay.
That-
Okay, Precious. Checking.
Okay, okay. I'm calling just a minute.
So I'm giving. Okay.
Okay, you can continue.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm giving a 6. So
Six.
the
Okay.
yeah. So from when I joined the session, it went pretty okay. Um, I took part in voting for the base pay and the new budget. From one of the beauty sessions we had, it was suggested that the HR workers should be present when the budget is being made, and I feel that should still stand. So I don't know how we can reach out to them for them to know. And from the fogs being created and we now starting to make the new budgets, I feel some progress is being made now, and we are in a good direction. So yeah, that's all. Check out.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Any other last questions?
Mamoon.
I think Mamoon's not here. All right, I'll be
Okay.
back in a half hour. Ciao.
Okay, guys.
Bye. Good work.
Bye.
Okay.